Ooh, you know what I didn't write down?
What's
Whatever
that?
we're calling that extra thing now.
Oh, I haven't made it up. I haven't figured it out. We'll do it in the moment. We'll do it in the moment.
It's gonna be this coffee. Like
We're gonna do it live. Ew. God. Welcome to our ASMR drinking coffee and water challenge.
Do you think people would be into like, I like to put on like some ambience YouTube videos where it's just kind of like a song from Score or something, and there's just like a background or like
The light pitter patter of rain across your window.
but it's just us sitting here. Do you think people would be into that?
No.
Kind of talking.
I wouldn't be into that because I listen to ASMR stuff, and I would not be into that.
Would you? I think I'd watch it. It would be weird because it would be on my computer, and then I could just look up and it'd do the same thing.
That's too much work. You know how much little work I try to put into my life?
I'd call it 10 hours of dumb, of stupid.
I'm pretty sure there's already 10 hours of stupid out there on YouTube. In fact, I would say billions of hours. And we're contributing to the problem.
Yep.
And you know what? We're not going to stop until
they tell us to.
Until they tell us to.
They'll ask us first, and we'll be like, no. And then they'll tell us, and we'll say.
And then we probably still wouldn't stop.
And then I'll be like, I'm walking.
What are they going to do?
Who's coming with me?
What are they
I'm going to Jerry Maguire.
They don't even know we exist.
They don't.
We're talking our top 10 favorite movies of 2025. Yeah. And this is your first time watching us, we get a bonus one.
Yeah.
Comes up with a new name every year. Last year was in dedication to Craig O'Neill because he retired.
Or was it in dedication to Zach?
Or it was in dedication to Zach.
And the year before
was Craig.
I don't know.
And then, so we'll see. Yeah. I have not named what that is yet. But what we do is we'll throw up our top 10s as we're talking so you can see the full list. But we're probably going to talk about 3 movies in our extra pick.
And I would like to put an asterisk here that there were a lot of movies that came out.
There were, usually,
I haven't seen all of them. I haven't even seen at the time of this recording Avatar: Fire and Ash. At the time of this recording, Marty Supreme, not even close to here.
No.
Coming.
Fun fact about Marty Supreme, made the top 10 box office for the weekend. Was only in 6 theaters.
That's awesome.
That's crazy. People are ready.
That's sad. I'm not sure what's the narrative on this.
Regardless, Chalamet doing the work to get people in the movies.
Ruining his eyesight. But who hasn't done something for a dream?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Let him live his life. He's in his 20s.
Sure. He'll regret it. He'll be like a, Inception style, an old man filled with regret.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Okay,
don't look.
Let's just talk about our number one.
But yeah, let's get it out of the way.
We have exactly the same number one.
I'm glad we're doing this because I thought, I don't want to, let's just do it.
Yeah, and that is Paul Thomas Anderson's One Battle After Another. I really like this movie.
Yeah.
I think it says a lot about how revolutionary groups work. There's a group from the 70s and I think early 80s or the 70s. And it was like the Weathermen, and it was like a left-leaning revolutionary group that was bombing. It got to a point where they were bombing empty buildings. And so the French 75 is, I think, sort of based on that group.
Yeah.
And so it was cool for me, having seen that documentary and then seeing One Battle After Another. It was cool to finally get a pseudo movie about them.
Yeah.
Of course, it veers off completely. The performances from everyone is amazing.
Yeah.
And you could see the pain and sadness in everyone's eyes, down from Perfidia all the way down to the kid.
Yeah.
And it's just like, when you get to that final scene in the movie, all that pain and suffering is like apparent from both sides of that scene. All scenes, really.
It's also, we've grown up seeing Leo, and it's kind of cool to now see him in this role as a father.
Yeah,
a thing that happens rarely. Or sorry, the father of a teenage daughter.
Yeah,
he's kind of, to me, and this is there's 2 themes that I feel like kept reoccurring in movies this year for me, and maybe it's just my life and where I'm at. This idea of deep to me, this movie is all about one, figuring out your place when like the world leaves you behind,
Yeah.
but also breaking like generational cycles.
Yeah.
You know,
Mhm.
those curses that everyone talks about. How do you get your kid to like how do you like to me like it's not even so much of like how the kid breaks a curse. It's
Yeah.
about how as a parent you try to get them to then see what was so bad about you as well.
Right.
You know, like that not bad, but the things that like you yourself don't want the next generation to carry.
Or you realize like, hey, I probably went down a path I shouldn't have gone down.
Yeah.
Or maybe you don't regret it. You're just like, okay, I want to make sure my
Yeah.
child goes down a path that is a little bit more suitable
Yeah.
for our
Or
generations.
like giving them permission to be like to like change it.
Yeah.
You know, to be
Yeah.
like this isn't, you know, because I think a lot of it with Leo and Chase Infinity, that whole relationship is so much like when they are together,
Mhm.
you got to do it this way. You have to do it this way. And then by the end of the movie, him being able to let go and
Yeah.
being okay with the change, and her being okay
Yeah.
to make the change, and knowing that it doesn't hurt her dad.
Sensei is the best character.
Sensei is the best.
Benicio del Toro, you know, they finally started telling a little
Yeah.
bit of behind the scenes. He came off of Phoenician Scheme and immediately started doing one battle after another. And from what I've read and what I've heard is that they basically changed his character on the fly
Yeah.
as the movie was being filmed. So
Not even just that. I think it was Benicio who also really fleshed out the huge scene in the convenience store
yeah,
that is also an apartment building.
Mhm.
That like
Yeah.
that was not even it wasn't gonna be like
Yeah.
that. But then that like he pitched that, and so they took like several days off and redid it.
Yeah. So that's just, hey,
Yeah.
for any of you kids out there that want to make movies, yes, you can be super rigid and you could stick to the script, or you can have conversations
Yeah.
with the people you work with
Yeah.
and change things on the fly.
Yeah.
And they both work and they're both great.
And before we move on, just an incredible shout out, salute, applause to Leo for falling all the way down a tree in one shot and standing up and walking all within the frame.
You know what? I want to talk about Caught Stealing
Okay.
because, you know,
Glad you put it on your list.
this is Darren Aronofsky's, I wouldn't say his first foray into like doing something that's not Aronofsky, because he did Noah.
Yeah.
And that actually did pretty well at the box office. This one did not. You know, his whole genre is hopeful depression episodes. Like everyone always wants to get to the next step. They're always from Requiem to The Fountain to The Wrestler. They're always these happy-go-lucky people, but it's the most depressing things you've ever seen in your life, and life gets to them. This one is like life gets to Austin Butler's character, but he's neither hopeful, well, he's sad. He's not hopeful about anything. He's just living life with no real goal in mind, and then happenstance gets caught up in this whole web of crime and violence, and Bad Bunny shows up and Liev Schreiber shows up, and it's just a really good chase movie.
Yeah.
And so is One Battle After Another, if you really think about it. A lot of the good movies this year are chase movies.
Well, a lot of good movies. I mean, Chase Infinity.
Yeah.
In One Battle. I mean,
Sinners is really a chase movie if you think about it.
I think what is so interesting about this year, we talked about this when you talk about Caught Stealing, a little bit when you talk about One Battle After Another, not so much, but like I'm thinking like Roof Man. I'm thinking I've like so many great movies this year were auteur directors who have a very specific kind of thing that they do, and they have themes they go back to every time. And the way that they've executed them over the last decade or so has been the same.
Yeah.
But then, like this year, everyone said, "Well, what if we took those ideas,
do it a little different?"
We did a little different, and that's why, like Aronofsky with Caught Stealing, and Seeing Friends with Roof Man, and there's so many other. There's a couple other examples. And I'm like, we're like, wow, this dude who we thought was just locked, like just stuck in this thing, has just made a really great movie and made it a little different.
I think Aronofsky's starting to realize it's like, all right, I think I've gone as far as I can doing the thing that I'm known for. Now it's time to do the thing I'm known for and make it kind of cool.
Yeah. My parents are talking about Roof Man, and they didn't see Placeball on the Pines. I'm sure I think my dad saw Caught Stealing, like, and he's not a.
That's crazy.
Like he's not a Black Swan fan. Like it's there's just it's interesting.
I want to shout out Zoe Kravitz though in Caught Stealing before we move on, because her and Austin Butler to start this movie, just the two hottest people that ever existed on in the movie screen. That opening of the movie,
Yeah.
where you see them in love.
Yeah.
And then what happens in the movie is like so sad.
Yeah. Did Austin Butler make you jealous that you can't rock a baseball hat like he can?
Well, one, I don't like wearing baseball hats. So.
Or like that you can't rock Pumas like he can?
I'm pretty sure I could.
You could rock Pumas as good as Austin Butler?
I could rock Pumas.
All right, that's fine.
Not as good as him.
Let's see. Man, it's weird that we're starting so close to the top, but I want to talk about 28 Years Later.
Yeah, go for it.
To me, a movie that was so close to being a number one because of the way that I thought about it. I've had more time with it than one battle after another. It's crazy. It's as great as it is. And it looks that good. You got Garland back with Boyle. You got Boyle doing that thing that I really love about him is kind of mixing the mean and the sentimental. You know, I think a lot of his movies can either feel mean or feel very like too sentimental.
Yeah.
Shout out Yesterday. You know, but like finding a healthy mix and making and like letting them like be together. And now the buzz about the second one even has me like more jazzed about this.
Right. Movie. And 28 Years Later feels like his two eras coming together.
Yeah.
And then, you know, a lot of what happens in 28 Years Later, no one expected.
Yeah.
The whole last 40 minutes of the movie is like a tonally entirely different from the rest of the movie.
That it's because, I mean, it's so much different than 28 Days Later.
Yeah.
You know, 20 Days Later is a legit, like, it's a zombie movie for a lot of
stuff sucks and it's going to get worse.
And this movie, one, is a little hopeful in parts. It is so much more about, like, the humans.
Yeah.
It's not that, I mean, they're scary, there's intense moments, but you're not, like, you're not walking around expecting, like, you're not worried that someone's going to jump out and grab it.
This is one that I did not think would make my top 10, but then as I was looking, it made my top 10, and that's One of Them Days.
Yeah.
Which is SZA and Keke Palmer. I guess you could say it's like Friday, but it's really not because they get into stuff that is just, there's like, yes, it's a comedy, and, you know, they don't really have, I mean, she has a job, Keke Palmer's character, but who knows what's happening. But it's very much more like, here's like a late millennials comedy that doesn't exist anymore. But I think that's where comedy is in 2025, is that things that I guess fell out of favor, people have found a way to make it funny without making it offensive. Well, and that's what I like about this movie.
I think too with comedy, and we could do the whole video on comedy probably. I think it's just, I don't care about recycled plots. I just don't care. Like our whole like society and storytelling is just recycled. You know, like just recycled.
Yeah.
So the jokes have to be good.
Yes.
The characters have to be like where you're able to connect. Even the worst ones, the ones you're like they're the worst. Like you still want to be able to enjoy them, appreciate them. I think that's where we've like someone has lost that connection. Like, well, you know, what if we did like really goofy, like a comedy that like no one, we came up with this insane idea and it's like, yeah, but I don't like your people and I don't like the characters. And so, or there's no jokes, you know? So,
well, this is good because it's got all kind of humor. It's got slapstick. Good. It's got like punchlines.
Yeah.
It's got the unemployed guy that you don't know, like he's just mooching off of SZA. And SZA is great.
Oh yeah.
I thought she was the best actor in the whole movie.
She is a lovable character who you like.
You're just mad. You're mad that she's making all these bad decisions.
But she is so funny doing it.
Yeah.
It's so good. You know, I guess I'll just talk about the top three because I want to talk about No Other Choice. You know, a movie that
you got to watch
this. I got to see it, and it is.
I'm mad, by the way.
I'm sorry. It is,
and
you're gonna love it. By the way, it's
the CEOs that were invited to have an exclusive watch party. None of them showed up.
That's crazy. This movie. So when I talk about this idea of like, what are all the movies saying to me this year? Like, or maybe it's my own where I'm at in life and things. This movie, in the world that we're living in, and the things that like everyone's going through and that we are going through, to have a movie about a guy who's like, this is like, my job is my purpose. My job is my thing. I'm a paper man. I'm a guy who makes paper and regulates a team who inspects the paper. And then to be like, yeah, we're done with that. That we're shutting that down and letting AI take over.
Yeah.
And then this guy trying to find like another job and then realizing everyone's looking for that job,
No.
and then deciding I've got to kill those guys. It's so insane of a plot, but so good. And talking about it's like not losing your character of like, yeah, this would be so easy to botch and just to say, I do not like that. He's an unlikable guy.
Yeah.
But he's not. I don't want to like talk about it too much because you haven't seen it.
Yeah.
But like
Park Chan-wook, right?
Park Chan-wook.
Yeah.
And it is really good. It is
that is his MO, is finding a character that is in the weirdest spot possible and then trying to write how they would get out of it. Because if you think about Oldboy, that's how it is. Yeah. But if you think about his Vengeance trilogy is all like that. Yeah. But there was another movie he made called I'm a Cyborg, But I'm Okay, in which it's two people falling in love in a mental institution. And it's just like, how am I getting connected to these people that are lost in the world?
Yeah.
And even The Sympathizer, it's like, it's always about people lost in the world and trying to find their way out.
It's great. So when you can see it. It's weird to watch movies and know not exactly where that character's head is that in his head, but just being like, God, yeah, like this is what a lot of people are going through. This is kind of what this uncertainty of like, do you move on? Do you go find something else? Or do you just make it work? I don't know.
Yeah. The world does feel like we're on a teeter-totter and we're ready to go one way or the other. Yeah. Which brings me to our extra pick.
Yeah.
And I've decided, as you were talking, I decided to name it, Look, the World is Ending.
Okay.
But We're Going to Be Okay.
Okay.
And that's what I want to base it off of, your pick.
Okay.
Now, I know this is kind of a curveball.
Okay.
Caught stealing reference. Because it's a baseball pitcher. With that said, I want to talk about a video game I've been playing recently that I think has gotten awards. It's called Dispatch.
Okay.
And it's about a superhero who ends up having to work at the call center dispatching a group of supervillains out, reformed supervillains. And it's less a video game and more of an interactive show. And it's just great writing that I started episode 1 being like, okay, I get the hype, but I don't know what's going to happen. But now I'm fully invested. I'm falling in love with all these characters as my character.
Yeah.
And you get to choose his decisions, like who he falls in love with, who does he hate, who's he going to add to his team. There's a guy, a Waterboy, that's just like so insecure about himself that it's just like, you know what, he's got to join my team.
Yeah.
I got to save this guy. And it's just the way it's written is making me fall in love with all these characters in a way that I've not fallen in love with characters in a show or a game in a long time. I mean, Last of Us 2 is probably the last time it happened.
Wow, yeah.
You know, Roger Ebert, I love the dude, a long time ago said video games are not art. But I think we're getting to the point.
That's so nuts.
Where I think we're beyond the point.
Well, you know what he didn't see? He didn't see Yuki's revenge.
Yeah, true.
True. I mean, come on.
But we're at the point now where it's been art for at least 20 years now.
Yeah.
And I think we're getting into the good spot in video games.
Is this our renaissance?
Yeah, it could be.
You pose an interesting challenge with your seeing the world, but I'm fine, or I feel fine. And I was playing with this, and I cannot remember if we did this for a couple years ago, but Andor season 2.
Oh yeah.
You know,
I forgot that was this year.
Yeah,
it was earlier this year.
That like to be. So you took a video game. I'm taking a TV show.
Mm-hmm. Every episode, every hook.
Yeah.
Everything, just all in.
Gosh, is it weird to watch the world play out before and after Andor?
Yeah.
But also, just like, but again, like the whole thing with even Rogue One. And I know this is like a prequel to a prequel, and then you're like, still ends pretty hopeful.
Yeah.
Because you know what he's walking into. Mm-hmm. You know what is about to happen because of Rogue One. Even then, you leave with like hope.
Yeah.
Like a lot of times, you know, you could have said, "Well, there he goes. Bye, Cassian. You're going to die." You know, and you're never gonna know your child or whoever. You know, is it? I don't know. You know, like goodbye, good luck. But the way that it ends so hopeful.
Yeah.
You've just watched 12 hours, and then on top of like another 12 hours, 24 hours of just like bummer government stuff.
Yeah.
Empire taking over. ruining planets,
Yep.
ruining people cultures,
Mhm.
and then like, hey, it's gonna be okay because there are people that are standing up.
Yeah. I will say that episode where he saves the senator is
One of the best.
you do not expect some
Yeah.
of the stuff he does, but he has to.
Yeah.
And he has no other choice.
No choice.
All right, let's get to our top
Okay.
10s and wrap this video up.
Let's do it.
I'll start first.
Okay.
I'm going to go number 10. You see it on the screen, K-pop Demon Hunters.
What a ride.
What a ride.
Saja Boys forever, though. You know?
This is the movie I've watched the most this year. Number 9, we have Mickey 17. Number 8, Black Bag, Steven Soderbergh.
So good.
So good.
Almost made my list.
7, we got One of Them Days. 6, we got Ephus.
Interesting. I really want to see this. I heard
this
about
is
today.
A movie that is intentionally boring, just like baseball.
I've heard awesome things about it.
And they're just, it's like Slacker in that they're just having conversations on the last day on the baseball field.
Cool.
Number 5, I have The Perfect Neighbor. Us working in media, we see a lot of dash cam, body cam footage. This is in documentary all through body cam and dash cam footage. And it's crazy. Number 4, I have Eddington. Talk about movies that captured what's happening in the year. Eddington. Number 3, Caught Stealing. Number 2, Sinners. We've already talked about it a lot this year.
Extensively.
And then number 1, One Battle After Another.
It'll be interesting how much we'll have to talk about a lot of these in like the coming months for Oscars.
For Oscars,
for me, number 10, Superman. Got a movie that like just punched me in the face. Shout out James Gunn. Just crying every time I see a clip of the ending. I can't help but tear up. Excited for the future. I cheated. Number 9, a split of Mastermind and Roofman. Which it would be an interesting double feature of like dudes stealing things and like abandoning their families. So what a time. Number 8, Sentimental Value.
Oh, yeah.
Just another movie all about
Stellan Skarsgård.
Yeah, Stellan Skarsgård. All about family trauma and what we've passed on and how we deal with it and the interesting ways we deal with it and the unique ways we deal with it. Number 7 is Sorry Baby, a movie, as I've already kind of used this, but like a movie that repeatedly punches you in the face and then like gives you a hug. Number 6, Train Dreams, a beautiful movie on
Still
Netflix.
Gotta watch it.
It's like Netflix will put out a movie like this, and you're like, how can I want to be so mad at you, but then you do a Train Dreams, and it's beautiful and incredible, and Joel Edgerton is insanely good in this, and another movie about when your time's up, and like what you do.
That's the duplicity of Netflix.
Yep. Number 5 is Weapons. Gosh, weird that a year, and then number 4 is Sinners. 2 movies that I feel like were everywhere, but then now have somehow become like movies that people are like, I heard about it.
Well, when you get that hyped, it does. It's hard to live up the hype, regardless of how great a movie is.
But 2 great movies that I hope we're talking about for the next couple months. And then number 3, 28 years later. Number 2, No Other Choice. Number 1, One Battle After Another.
Yeah,
it's in the title. We had to put it in.
A good year.
Great
for
year.
Movies.
I mean, pretty solid year.
Feels like there were less movies that came out, but it was a stronger year. Because 2024, while I liked a lot of the movies that came out that year, I'm not going to consider it a great movie year.
Which year? Sorry.
2024.
Yeah, we were still doing strike stuff. Weirdly, it's just crazy that like so many things came out that we were so hyped about.
Too,
Remember there was a new Mission Impossible movie this year?
And it was underwhelming. Next year, we're going to do more rewinds.
Yeah.
Hopefully, Oscars. We're actually... a list that I delayed is we're going to talk about my top 40 movies. Yeah. Because I'm 40 now.
Yeah. This is 40.
This is 40.
Is that the title?
Is number one. Yeah.
Well, no. Should This Is 40 be number 40?
It should be number 40. Yeah.
This is 40.
But yeah, so we got a lot of things cooking. But if you ever have any ideas for us that you want us to try,
let us know.
Let us know. We're game to do anything.
Remember we ate cookies?
We ate cookies.
On like live? Wow. Not live, I mean, but on tape.
We've ate zebra cakes.
Yeah.
We did not eat turkey when we did the turkey episode, but that's okay.
That made me sleepy.
That one made me tired.
Yeah.
But anyways, thank you. Goodbye.